Under a canopy of stars, the vast landscape of the Wild West holds its breath, cloaked in whispers of legends untold. Tonight, we embark on a journey through its hushed secrets, where the desert winds carry echoes of those who vanished, and the mountains guard their gold with a silent promise. From the enigma of Everett Ruess's disappearance in the Utah wilderness to the spectral dance of the Marfa Lights over the Texan plains, we delve into mysteries as deep as the canyons themselves. Here, beneath the moon's gentle gaze, we'll wander the paths less traveled, where shadows meet history, and the unsolved finds its place in our dreams. Under the vast canopy of the Utah night sky, where stars whisper secrets of ancient tales, we begin our journey into the enigma of Everett Ruess. This young artist and wanderer, whose presence lingered in the 1930s, vanished like a delicate shadow amidst the rugged embrace of the desert. His story reverberates as a melodious echo in the corridors of the American West, a realm where legends dwell, inviting discovery and ponderous reflection. Everett Ruess was not of ordinary mold. Born into a family that valued knowledge and the untamed spirit of adventure, he was drawn to the wilderness, a place where his soul found rhythm in the raw beauty of nature. His formative years unfolded in harmony with the world around him, as poetry and art became the language through which he communicated his inner revelations. Fueled by an explorer's spirit akin to the transcendentalists of yore, Ruess's life became a quest for understanding the subtle harmony between humanity and the untouched. With only a burrow to bear the weight of his dreams and a heart open to every sunrise and shadow, Ruess journeyed into isolation, capturing the sacred whispers of the landscapes in the words and sketches that testified to his admiration for the land spirit. Encouraged by his family, Ruess embraced the wild, treating it as both muse and mentor. They supported his artistry, providing the means for his creative expressions to flourish. His journey into the vast desert was not merely of geographic exploration. It was a pilgrimage toward inner revelation. As the backdrop of his world expanded, he exchanged ideas with writers and artists, drawing parallels between the wilderness and the profound questions of existence. Ruess bridged the distance between nature and humanity, transforming the desert into a vast canvas filled with soulful meditations on life's mysteries. In the 1930s in Utah, as he delved further into the desert's embrace and rendered vivid landscapes through colors and words, Everett Ruess disappeared into the expanse he adored. The desert's dual nature, both nurturing and foreboding, captivated him, inviting him to merge with its boundless presence. Ruess, never a mere observer, sought to meld with the wilderness, to be engulfed by its essence until he became as indistinguishable as a whisper on the wind. The labyrinthine canyons provided a sanctuary, a place where he could both lose himself and connect with a cosmos that seemed vast and intimate all at once. The silence of the Utah wilderness held his final camp, leaving only traces of his passage, carvings on rocks, and a name etched in mystery: Nemo 1934, as spectral as his presence became. Despite extensive searches, nothing conclusive was discovered beyond fading memories and enigmatic imprints on the landscape. Ruess's narrative entered the realm of legend, woven into the timeless sands of the desert that embraced him in its eternal, enigmatic silence. His disappearance invites contemplation into the human condition, a fragile venture suspended between boundless dreams and the allure of the unknown. Ruess's story is not just a mystery to solve, but a testament to the transcendence that adventurous hearts seek. His art remains, scattered yet resonant, blending with our age-old dialogue with the elements. It's a conversation that echoes from the dawn of time, a communion with nature reflected in brushstrokes and the echoes of his pen. The absence of Everett Ruess became a myth in itself, a fusion of art and enigma that captured imaginations and inspired discourse. His absence begs the question of triumph or defeat, melancholy or elevation, ever open to interpretation. Those who follow in his ethereal footsteps find themselves drawn into the enduring puzzle, a never-ending journey through ephemeral whispers and timeless sands. Speculations abound regarding his fate, as countless theories breathe life into the silence he left behind. Some suggest Ruess willingly vanished, seeking refuge with hidden tribes or reclusive communities within the desert's embrace. Others point to the dangers that surrounded him, the natural perils of an unforgiving landscape, and the concealed threats that lurked just beyond perception. In these conjectures, Ruess becomes a cipher for all who tread the delicate line between human ambition and nature's indifference. Yet the mystery only deepens with time, as each potential revelation slips away like sand through open fingers. His vanishing transcends its mystery, becoming an exploration of spiritual insight and the essence of human endeavor. Ruess, in disappearing, joined the lineage of enigmatic spirits, adventurers and mystics drawn into the wilderness for self-discovery. His journey embodies the eternal quest to blend individuality into the grand tapestry of existence, a serenade to nature that invites reflection on identity and connection. Everett Ruess's legacy is a beacon for those captivated by mystery and exploration. His tale weaves itself into the hearts of adventurers and seekers alike, inviting introspection and engagement with the stories that lie beneath the sands. Ruess's life and art invite us to traverse our own landscapes, both within and without. Each step a journey toward the enduring mysteries that echo in the silence of the wilderness. In the heart of Arizona's rugged landscapes, a legend weaves through the sun-baked whispers of the Superstition Mountains, echoing with tales of a hidden treasure so rich it teases the very notion of wealth. This is the domain of Jacob Waltz, the German immigrant, who is remembered in folklore as the Dutchman. Arriving in the mid-19th century, Waltz found his fate entwined with the haunting beauty of these mystical peaks. It is said he discovered a gold mine, an elusive quarry tucked away amidst natural splendor and mystery. His deathbed confession to a caretaker supposedly held the key to this treasure. Yet the mine remains a phantom in the wilderness, turning dreams into shadows, with no concrete evidence or witness to root the tale firmly in reality. The superstitions themselves rise like titans, their ancient profiles steeped in both awe and fear. To the Apache, these mountains, with their jagged edges and deep recesses, are sacred, the abode of their thunder god, standing as both guardian and enigma to those who tread too close to nature's hidden chambers. Waltz, with his calculated silence and sporadic forays into the wilderness, only glimpsed the wealth he secreted away in small portions. Whether protection of his secret or respect for the sacred land governed his actions, remains an undercurrent that beguiles treasure seekers to this day, those who traverse the perilous paths drawn by the promise of gold. Yet the allure of the mountains is not merely a testament to human greed, but rather a complex dance with untamed wilderness. The superstition's vastness is an unyielding testament to the majesty of nature, drawing ambitious souls into its labyrinth of rock and sun. The ground beneath tells tales of vanishings and missteps, a graveyard for those seduced by both material gain and the seductive call of the unknown. The quest for this elusive mine is eternally embroidered with cautionary tales of adventurers lost, their dreams consumed by the harsh reality of the mountain's indomitable spirit. Among the rocks and legends lies deeper cultural wisdom. Native American echoes resound within the hollows of these secrets, where the Apache weave their own narratives, a mine guarded not by corporeal threats, but supernatural forces, said to protect their sacred realm from unworthy intrusion. This infusion of spiritual guardianship layers the narrative with a solemn warning. The land itself speaks to those who listen, its voice a remnant of an ancient world resisting the trespass of mortal desire. With whispers of curses, the tale becomes a reflection on human nature itself. Greed, with its promises and perils, transforms the mine into a parable of worth and consequence. This perceived curse is perhaps not one of mystical origin, but a philosophical mirror, reminding seekers of the balance between ambition and ruin. Despite these specters, the narrative blooms, inviting the bravest to test destiny against both terrestrial and intangible odds. Nature itself is an unyielding mentor in the journey towards this mythical bounty. The harsh landscape is both a barrier and a crucible, its unpredictable climates and unforgiving terrain demanding respect from anyone daring to venture forth. Ascending these peaks, explorers face more than physical trials. They confront the solitude and silence that strip away bravado, replacing it with introspection and raw survival. This poignant dialogue with nature melds man and mountain, forming a crucible of determination and hubris. Throughout history, the tapestry of the mine is woven with accounts both credible and embellished, each a flicker of light guiding or misdirecting the earnest seeker. Maps etched with symbols, stories traded in dimly lit taverns, and the haunting truths found in the pocket of Adolf Ruth's lifeless body intertwine fact with fable. The credibility of evidence lies somewhere in the void, suspended between belief and suspicion, fostering a legacy that is richer for its mystery than any hypothetical vein of gold. Even as modernity dawns, with its technology's promising revelation, the superstitions retain their secrets. Today's explorers, armed with newfound tools and an inherited curiosity, journey deep into the folds of these ancient barriers, yet the legend endures, as resolute and untouched as the granite faces they scale. The thrill persists, not solely in unearthing material wealth, but within the pursuit itself, a quest for understanding, connection, and the enduring human spirit embodied in the myth. Ultimately, the cultural resonance of the Lost Dutchman's gold mine extends beyond gold and stones, reflecting a deeper philosophical treasure. This legend, crafted over generations, speaks to universal themes of adventure, ambition, and existential quest, echoing through time as more than a mere treasure hunt. It stands as a testament to storytelling, shaping a narrative that reaches beyond physical borders into the realms of dream and consciousness. The Lost Dutchman's tale thus remains an open book, a story yet to finalize its conclusion. It echoes not with the clamor of gold bars, but with the quiet persistence of undying curiosity, the human inclination towards mystery, the search for what lies beyond visible horizons. In this, the legend is timeless, offering an invitation to all who dare to engage in its mythic promise, lying patiently beneath the whispering shadows of the superstitions, waiting for that one soul to uncover its secrets. In the whispering shadows of the American frontier, tales emerged of ghostly wagons carrying children who vanished without a trace. These stories, born in the heart of Appalachia, migrated westward, entwining themselves with the folklore of frontier towns and secluded trails. Skeptics and believers alike have long debated the truth behind these spectral accounts, searching for where legend might meet historical reality. The image of a wagon with only children aboard, disappearing into the mists of memory, became a haunting symbol of the unknowable perils lurking in the vast, untamed landscape. As settlers forged westward, carrying with them not only their belongings but stories from their past, the mystery of the disappearing wagons became distinctly American. Often seen at dusk or under the cloak of night, these eerie caravans elicited theories of spectral origins, described by some as driven by shadowy figures, while others recounted silent processions fading into obscurity. Newspaper archives from the late 1800s occasionally mention such sightings, their narratives intertwined with the unsolved disappearances of children from towns ill-equipped to investigate, leaving behind an enigmatic tapestry where the real mingled with the supernatural. As families journeyed along rugged paths, stories of missing children became entwined with the very spirit of the land. The hardship of travel was compounded by the chilling possibility that children could vanish into the wilderness, leaving behind only scattered toys or whispering footprints on familiar trails. The roads themselves, laden with secrets, were more than mere paths. They were conveyors of ghost stories, fables of marauders, and mystical tales of ancient spiritual guardians. Missing children became part of a broader mythology of cursed or enchanted trails, pathways respected and feared, as tales of disappearing wagon tracks leading into dense woods or vanishing near hidden canyons stirred the imagination and guarded hearts. The enduring mystery was further fueled by strange sightings, ethereal lights dancing beside trails, haunting melodies that echoed through the air, and encounters of an eerie, inexplicable nature. Witnesses often spoke of an unsettling presence when near the wagons, a chill that awakened a primal uncertainty. Stories like that of prospectors who heard the laughter of unseen children only to see the wagon disappear into mist added layers to an already rich folklore. Such tales became woven into the oral traditions, enriching the cultural narrative and capturing imaginations as settlers huddled around campfires under the star-strewn sky, retelling the haunting memories of the trails. Amidst these narratives, a myriad of theories arose about the vanishments. Some spoke of roving outlaws snatching children, while others suggested encounters with lost tribes hidden in the wilderness. Whispered tales of children taken by hidden societies, remnants of ancient civilizations, added intrigue to the broader legends of the frontier. Whether seen as benevolent protectors or harbingers of ritualistic danger, these theories explored the coexistence of modern settlers and ancient societies lurking at the edge of discovery. Though steeped in speculation, they found a sympathetic resonance with those familiar with the mysterious wilderness. The intrigue of the vanishing wagons centered around the absence of evidence, often more symbolic than literal. Wagons and belongings disappeared as if into another realm, leaving behind poignant reminders of children who once laughed and played. The stories held undercurrents of strange weather patterns and unexplained phenomena, fogs and luminescent skies, suggesting cosmic interplays between the land's spirit and the tales we tell. In exploring the wilderness's rawness, settlers found stories that merged survival with myth, accentuating their interactions with a world both harsh and enchanted, pulling them into a narrative quest that transcended the physical journey. Documentation from those times offers fragmented glimpses, old newspaper clippings, and faded diary entries, which hint at the depths of the mystery. These historical records, while aged, narrate the reality and emotion of a past riddled with unexplained loss. Contemporary researchers continue to unravel these accounts, their digitized efforts preserving traces of frontier life and the haunting puzzles that still resonate today. Scholars delve into these mysteries, finding them as much about understanding past fears and hopes as solving an ancient enigma, breathing new life into questions that refuse to vanish with time. For those living on the edge of the wilderness, these stories formed a vital part of cultural and familial identity. They were more than cautionary tales. They echoed warnings, prompted reflection, and crystallized into art, music, and literature, infusing the aesthetics of mystery with themes of innocence and the formidable wild. In this shared history, the narrative of mysterious wagons wove itself into the broader experience of frontier life, a symbol of exploration and caution, conquest and mystery, threaded into the fabric of American lore. In the present day, modern explorers, armed with technology and philosophical curiosity, probe these stories anew. They seek answers within the shadows of genetic archetypes and the teased edges of parallel realities. The mystery of the vanished wagons persists, a lingering enigma that invites us to ponder the past, acknowledging that true understanding may forever remain just out of reach, nestled within the inexorable interplay of faith and the human spirit's resilient curiosity. The Marfa Lights, a luminous enigma shimmering across the West Texas plains, have captivated the imagination since the 1800s. First noted by early settlers, these mysterious orbs, appearing without warning, weave their way through local lore. Robert Ellison, spotting them in 1883, initially mistook them for Apache campfires. Embedding themselves into the tapestry of the Texan wilderness, these lights dance in white, yellow, blue, or red hues, drawing onlookers into an otherworldly spectacle. Cowboys and pioneers traversing the Chihuahuan Desert spoke of these apparitions as ethereal sentinels, shifting suddenly, yet eluding comprehension. Over generations, the Marfa Lights have entwined themselves within the fabric of legend, a testament to the endurance of unexplainable mysteries. Their persistent appearances have transcended mere myth, acquiring a status mingling the mystic and the grounded. Part of Texan folklore, these elusive lights have continually attracted dreamers, poets, and spiritual seekers, each interpreting the glowing orbs in their own way. The lights are more than a visual anomaly. They are portals inviting reflections on the unseen layers of reality, challenging the boundaries of our understanding while enriching the cultural landscape they illuminate. They evoke a meditative contemplation, a silent narrative that encourages viewers to ponder the mysteries that linger just beyond the edge of perception. Scientists have embarked on various endeavors to decipher the secrets harbored by these lights. Equipped with tools ranging from simple cameras to advanced meteorological instruments, researchers propose theories that brush against the edges of understanding. Some suggest that the lights are a mirage, a fata morgana, resulting from the bending of light by temperature variations in the atmosphere. Yet, this theory falls short, as the lights frequently appear under the cover of night. Another hypothesis cites seismic activity, where tectonic stress may release gases that ionize in the night air, a piezoelectric effect. However, The stable geology of the region undermines this explanation. Despite these rational attempts, the lights persistently shimmer just out of reach, more a whisper of the mystical than a solvable puzzle. Beyond the realm of reason, the Marfa Lights inspire rich tapestries of stories and cultural interpretations. Some tales speak of Native American warriors' spirits, their presence eternal as they guard ancient lands. In this narrative, the lights transcend mere curiosity and become sacred symbols, offering protection or warning to travelers beneath the vast Texas sky. Others speak of conquistadors, their restless souls forever seeking the treasures lost to time, adding layers of historical misadventure and eternal quests. These legends weave the lights into a paradoxical narrative, a story both ancient and continuously evolving, where history, myth, and imagination converge. Attracted by their mystique, travelers often embark on their own pilgrimage to Marfa. At the viewing site, beneath a cosmos adorned with stars, visitors await the light's advent. It's a solitary vigil, a transitory dance between anticipation and reflection, seeking communion with the phenomena. Silence enhances this shared seance, where onlookers are momentarily drawn into the profound simplicity of a glow on the horizon, a testament to nature's enigmatic offerings. When the lights grace the night, they do so silently, a serene choreography that compels stillness, introspection, and unity among those gathered. The Marfa Lights' influence extends beyond their immediate horizon, inspiring art and culture through poignant embodiments of mystery and illusion. As muses, the lights have lit the creative souls of artists, filmmakers, and musicians who channel their ethereal dances into works of stylized abstraction and thematic exploration. They symbolize the eternal allure of the unknowable, reflecting a universal contemplation of mysteries both external and internal, inviting imaginations to drift along their luminous path. Embracing these mysteries are theories of paranormal and extraterrestrial origins. Some ponder whether these lights are echoes from the spiritual beyond, a bridge to dimensions unseen, or even extraterrestrial in essence, insinuations of cosmic companionship. While scientific explanations remain wanting, such theories invite a broader consideration of consciousness and existence within our universe. By suggesting links to specters or alien entities, they expand the narrative possibilities, intriguing minds with the potential of undiscovered realms and realities. The Marfa Lights' enduring allure has not only fostered myths, but also a lively community spirit, celebrated each year at the Marfa Lights Festival. Held in the heart of this remarkable landscape, the festival gathers an array of artisans, performers, and enthusiasts. It turns the town into a vibrant tapestry of culture and curiosity, exploring the light's impact while celebrating a shared connection. Through communal engagement, the festival keeps the mystery of the Marfa Lights thriving, amplifying their role as a symbol of human fascination and the unknown. Personal stories enhance the mystique surrounding the lights, with witnesses recounting moments marked by unexpected serenity or awe. Each experience deepens the legend, nurturing an intimate dialogue with the mysteries at hand. These accounts weave personal truths into a broader narrative, affirming that the lights are more than phenomena. They are silent storytellers that forge connections through the shared wonder of human experience. Despite technological advances, studying the Marfa Lights remains fraught with challenges. Their sporadic appearances elude easy capture, demanding patience and persistence from those who seek answers in this harsh desert landscape. Yet these challenges only heighten the fervor of investigation, and the allure of what remains just beyond reach. The Marfa Lights continue to beckon, a testament to our enduring curiosity and the mysteries that hover like distant stars on the horizon of our understanding. As we contemplate the Marfa Lights, we venture into philosophical meditations that transcend empirical observation. They prompt reflections on perception, consciousness, and the universe's deeper riddles, urging us toward introspection. They illuminate the dance between light and shadow, inviting a journey of discovery that spans the seen and unseen. In doing so, they inspire a quiet, contemplative odyssey, encouraging us to embrace the wonders that illuminate our journey through a universe ever more mysterious. In the heart of the vast, arid expanse known as Death Valley, a realm shaped by the relentless sun and shifting sands, a mystery unfurled in the late 1800s, as strange bones emerged like ghosts amid the desert's inhospitable embrace. Explorers, traversing this unforgiving wilderness, stumbled upon scorched remnants of wagons, seemingly frozen in time. These skeletal traces, forsaken under the sun's unyielding watch, eluded explanation, casting a veil of enigma over this stark landscape. Death Valley, an arena untouched by water and mercy, was no stranger to nature's perils. Yet the macabre discoveries defied conventional understanding, echoing as whispers through the canyon winds, tales of caravans seemingly consumed by the sands, leaving behind only silence. With no witnesses to account for the fate of these lost souls, the valley cloaked its secrets in stoic mystery. Unseen forces seemed to stalk the trails of pioneers, wrapped in uncertainty, leaving a trail of unanswered questions, carried away by the desert breeze. Death Valley, more than just a geographical locale, is a storied realm whispered of in fireside tales, home to legends and spectral myths as enduring as its rocks. Among the most chilling are those of phantom caravans, believed to roam desolate trails long after their earthly demise. Sightings spoke of ghostly wagons appearing in twilight, only to vanish with ephemeral grace. These apparitions, caught between past and present, leave onlookers adrift in time, where reality frays at the dreamscape's edges. To some, these sightings were but mirages, figments of feverish imagination scorched by the desert's relentless glare. Yet to others, they vividly testified that the valley held more than just sand and stone. The spectral wagons silently bore witness to lives once lived and lost here. Divine portents or simple legend, their presence lingers like a fine mist, dancing a silent ballet of reality and myth. In the boundless isolation of Death Valley, stories take on lives of their own, phantoms born anew in cool desert nights, challenging travelers to ponder the veil between the seen and unseen. Amongst these barren wastes circulate stories of those who wandered into oblivion, following trails to vanishing points. The valley's myriad paths, winding and treacherous, weave a tapestry of mystery and obscurity. Maps of the era, left skewed by shifting sands, often stranded travelers at the mercy of fickle fate. Each trail bore its own rhythm. Speaking of forgotten journeys, travelers absorbed by the indifferent embrace of this land. In historical archives, scattered and fragmented, lie hints of nameless wayfarers whose bold pursuits ended as spectral whispers. Many sought fortune, or a new beginning, only to meet the valley's harsh kiss. Their stories lie dormant beneath layers of sediment and time, awaiting a breath that may resurrect them. Each lost trail stands less as a testament of absence, more as an elegy to Death Valley's unyielding mystery. The haunting remnants of burnt wagons scatter like ancient crypts, telling tales of journeys unforgivingly abbreviated. Skeletal remains speak of plans abandoned, left to echo with the faint cries of a history past. Without evidence, these charred vestiges remain locked in silence, raising questions that defy resolution. Traces of hostile tribes, bandits, or perhaps something more devious, beyond mortal understanding. What drama concluded in such fiery fate remains whispered in quiet tones, as if the valley itself consorted in unseen cabals. Each scorched frame, with splintered beams like ribs of long-dead creatures, serves as a somber reminder of human dreams fleeting across time's unforgiving tapestry. Stark reminders of the valley's capricious nature. Arguments abound, birthing theories as intriguing as they are elaborate. Some attribute mysteries to the harsh natural forces, echoing known hardships. Yet others fixate on myths, tales of hidden tribes guarding secrets with cunning malevolence. Such notions, untethered and compelling, nurture the shadows cast by the desert sun. In places where conspiracy minds gather, notions of undisclosed military actions or secret mining calamities persist, leaving whispers and rumors in their wake. While tantalizing, they hover on possibility's periphery, veiled by uncertainty. These theories expand Death Valley's mythology, ensuring tales survive in collective imagination. Each theory shelters room for wonder, urging reflection on the interplay of man and unknown. Across this endless scape, amidst dunes and mesa, linger tales of expeditions launched with high hopes only to vanish. Each ill-fated journey etches into topography a mystery. Echoes of courageous adventurers fold into myth like ancient ciphers. Shadowed expeditions remain in obscurity, hidden from history and time. Legends chronicle pioneers driven by visions of new land, ensnared in the valley's grip. What befell them, shifting from tangible to spectral, remains a matter of intrigue. Perhaps they succumbed to unrelenting horizons or audacious dreams. Such stories amplify Death Valley's mien as both temptress and terminator of adventure, thriving on duality as cradle of illusion and sentinel of truth. More than terrain, Death Valley thrives as a living paradox, alive with stories entrenched in silence. Here, silence reigns, a force resonant with weight and intent, suppressing reverberations daring to disrupt cosmic slumber, imbuing the land with gravitas. Wandering this expanse invites one to listen to silence, charting contours as it unveils contemplation of secrets. Before explorers claimed these lands, indigenous peoples wove rich tales, bridging ancient and modern curiosity. Transcending earthly dimensions, their lore echoes through time, revealing mysteries deep as shifting sands. Reminders of the connection between past, present, and the resonant heartbeat of the land. The natural forces engulfing Death Valley command reverence. Peculiar weather patterns unfold, pitting life against dry torrents and desert tempests, sculpting a landscape perpetually in flux, a tableau of existence ever shifting. In contemplating Death Valley's inscrutable tapestry, we ponder mystery itself, invite meditation on limits of knowledge. Concealed beneath sand grain or echoing across canyons, lay secrets held by shadows, flecked in time's kaleidoscope. Perhaps it's in this tension between tactile and ethereal that the valley grips imagination. A silent dance of shadows seared into bones, carried by sand across temporal horizons. Here, Death Valley, a keeper of stories, whispers eternity's endless tales into the desert winds. In the lore of the Wild West, the name Blackjack Ketchum resonates as an intricate dance between fear and fascination. Born Thomas Edward Ketchum in the rolling prairies of Texas in 1863, he embarked upon a life that oscillated between shadowy lawlessness and the rugged pursuit of freedom. A ranch hand turned outlaw, Blackjack's exploits were immortalized not just in crime, but etched into the landscape of time through tales whispered over campfires. His reputation, a mosaic of robberies, near escapes, and gunfights, loomed like a specter in the dusk. But even this storied life met an indelible end. In 1901, amidst a failed train robbery, Blackjack's journey to the gallows unfolded in Clayton, New Mexico. As dawn broke on April 26th of that year, an eager crowd gathered to witness the justice meted upon this infamous bandit. Yet, what transpired etched itself into legend. A hanging so miscalculated that it severed his head from body, an unwelcome epilogue to a life already steeped in legend. But this macabre denouement birthed not closure, but a myriad of mysteries beyond the veil of death. In the aftermath, Clayton awoke to whispers of his body's inexplicable disappearance. With conspiracy looms weaving their threads, tales of intrigue abounded. Some spoke of grave robbers seeking notoriety from the missing corpse, while others invoked the cloak of night where rituals were whispered to unfold, society's esoteric sects drawn to the mystique of the lawless decapitated. In an age of fables entwined with the tangible, the notion of cultist endeavors spiraled like the smoke from vigil fires, with Blackjack's remains as a phantom centerpiece, consumed by the hungry earth. In the curling mists of Clayton's folklore, the vanished carcass of Ketchum carved its own whispers into the soil. These whispers gestured eloquently to spectral sightings. Blackjack, they said, appeared at times as a ghostly wandering figure, an uneasy cowboy eternally adrift. These tales stitched their own myths as travelers swore to mysterious breezes carrying the chill of his presence, an auditory ghost haunting the breathless prairie nights. This intangible legacy, an ephemeral tapestry constantly retold, seemed to drift in a dreamscape, faint echoes of his own time. Yet historical reflection stirred beneath the surface tales. Scholars delved into the fabric of his hanging, probing legal frameworks of the time that balanced precariously between retribution and procedure, a justice system too young to flinch at its own brutality. In the pages of such contemplations, Ketchum remained welded to his fate, an outlaw by his deeds but a myth by historical misfortune. Was he merely a pawn within the broader intricacies of Western justice, or was fate's irony a deliberate satire on the outlaw's moral dilemma? As the moths of night gathered around, so too did whispers of clandestine ceremonies near Blackjack's forsaken grave. The ground, they believed, held the sigils of those who perhaps sought transcendence amid a mystic aura woven from his legend. These seekers of the obscure perceived not a body, but a portal, a quest as much about testing the earthly as it was reaching the cosmic shore. Through this dark veil shone the allure of what Blackjack's spectral energy might yield to those willing to wander such transitory paths. In his narrative, neither flesh nor shadow was fixed. They begged the question of the ethereal potential held within his disembodied fate. Meanwhile, the world beyond Clayton spun its own web, capturing Blackjack's unusual tale within the annals of books and song. Authors and artists, drawn to the psychological lure of his duality, portrayed him in stage and saloon, embedding his story within cultural consciousness where outlaw met enigma. His image was enshrined within melodies and dramatizations, not merely as an outlaw, but an allegory teetering between life and a legend that thrived in whispers. Thus, Blackjack transcended the gallows. His story breathed within storytellers' canvases, heightened by imaginations forever flirting with the border of dream and reality. Even now, Clayton resonates with the spectral cadence of Ketchum's unexpected legacy. Its winds carry elements of his story to those who venture through its legacy-stained streets, such phrases passed along like artifacts. The inhabitants see Blackjack not only as an echo of historical blunder, but a poignant reminder of shared narratives' gripping power, an enigmatic thread woven across time. No need for stone to mark the bandit's tale, for there it lies, in the whispers of the West, forever inscribed. In unraveling the enigma named Blackjack, one finds a story intertwined with the human struggle for meaning and belonging in an unyielding frontier. Beneath his crimes lay motives, springing from family loss, or perhaps a deeper yearning to unify self with the vast unknown that haunted both landscape and spirit. Reflections cast upon this iconic story reveal a man fumbling through the choices of his time, an echo within the fateful winds, endlessly pulling threads through the tapestry of Western myth and reality. Blackjack Ketchum's life and consequential death extend an open invitation, a story inviting contemplation and intrigue, born out of Wild West history. In choosing remembrance, whether as outlaw or mythic wanderer, his is a tale forever nourishing the imaginations of those inclined to seek truths wrapped in shadows. Among the ghostly echoes and recorded past, his narrative whispers on, an unfathomable adventure between justice, fate, and the curious dance of legend spun eternal. Beneath the silvery glow of an ephemeral moon, the canyon of the ancients lay draped in shadows, a majestic tapestry woven by time. Here, in this sandstone labyrinth, the air is tinged with the whispers of ancient civilizations whose echoes haunt the rocky corridors like ethereal dreams. Each step within this mysterious expanse takes one deeper into a realm where stories blend with silence and history dances on the edges of legend, daring the bold to unravel its secrets. Generations have passed, speaking softly of this place where reality and the supernatural waltz together in harmony. This is a sanctuary where time seems an artful illusion, folding over itself as if the stones themselves breathe with stories untold. Historians and mystics muse over the potent energy that envelops these hallowed grounds, where the sounds of forgotten rituals linger like wind chimes composing tunes against sandstone halls. Yet, within this enigmatic embrace, there are those who've ventured and vanished, lured by unanswered questions into a dance with the unknown, indistinguishable from legend themselves. In the mid-19th century, tales began with cowboys, herding cattle beneath canopy skies that seemed to hum with mystical tones. Around flickering fires, they shared experiences of ethereal whispers carrying on winds that rustled leaves and flickered flames into melodic illusions. Words, neither known nor wholly strange, swam in the nighttime air, leaving whispers upon the heart that unlocked yearning for connections past comprehension. Hardened by their rugged lives, these cowboys found themselves softened and spellbound, ensnared by shadows that teased imagination into interpreting the unreal into known fears. Stories of celestial lights weaving through the sky became threads in the fabric of fireside lore. Dismissed as tricks of light or the musings of the unsettled, yet upon this thematically draped canvas, the stones seemed to recall, reflecting the traveler's entangled consciousness with that of its ancient sculptors. This spectacle, at once discouraging in its obscurity and compelling in its offered mysteries, posed an irresistible challenge to those daring enough to demystify its stone-wrought narratives. By the late 1800s, prospectors drawn by tales of hidden gold met their fates amid these silent echoes. Armed with ambition and desperation, they faced the canyon's challenges, driven by dreams that perhaps Kairos, the god of opportune moments, might favor their quest. Some never returned, leaving traces of their existence as spectral brush strokes across journals and maps, abandoned to the dust. These haunting tales of disappearance unfurled like dark song verses, hinting at gossamer apparitions guarding treasures concealed behind nature's stone and secrecy. The canyon walls, silently witnessing, stand adorned with petroglyphs, a communique from another era, bearing witness to celestial happenings, cosmic undertakings, and ancestral narratives long retired from current thought. There lie the portals of eternity, delicate carvings as bridges uniting realms beyond understanding with tales rendered by ancestral artisans. Some ponder that these are not simply art, but conduits, a beacon for our modern selves to engage with specters of harmonies past, left to guide those attuned to their ancient resonance. As wind-cut trails reverberate with stories untold, voices of previous existences are said to intertwine with the zephyrs, spiraling through consciousness. These disembodied echoes, transitory as the ghosts of time, have been noted by wanderers, their whispers forming intricate symphonies overlaying reality. Was this the past imploring ears to listen, comprehend, or simply observe? It is imagined that these sonic impressions invite us to question established logic, the art of layering time, revealing glimpses trapped in the hollows cradled within. Under the night's gentle watch, luminous orbs glide silently, weaving among ancient stone, twinkling across the desertscape as guiding stars for those lost. Some, tracing their path, are filled with an inexplicable peace, pondering whether they are messengers, residual essence of those preceding us who once danced with Earth's converging expanse. Despite scientific musings citing atmospheric phenomena, the canyon still holds these orbs as evidence of its mysterious guardianship, stirring age-old uncertainties under moonlit breath. Among tales and twilight, specters of souls mist remain, those spirited into legend whose voices rise from pages barely remembered. Their final attestations hint at the communion between awe and dread, laced with enigmatic occurrences that permeate this sacrosanct land. Herein rests belief that these souls, woven into folklore, reach across centuries with reminders of adventure and their timeless quest for revelation suspended within the canyon's deepest silence. For the indigenous tribes who first etched lore into these stones, the canyon's sacred curves preside over lost epochs, spirits of their ancestor guardians intricately entwined with these shadows. Their reverence breathes life into an unbroken concord of land and sky, protected within this corridor of spiritual wisdom. Modern sojourners, connecting with this primordial energy, transcend searching for wealth, yearning instead for a whisper of the truths that prelude them, in worlds converging beneath starry expanse. And so today, as the Canyon of the Ancients is revered and preserved against time's worn hand, it invites wanderers and seekers to journey beneath its eternal watch. The stories endure, delicately poised between the finite and the infinite, interlocking the curious with ineffable mysteries carved over eternities. Here the canyon stands, a perpetual mystery, a beacon to the dreamer, ever twining them into a tale forged from twilight lore and lithic echoes. In the stillness of Nevada's dusty trails, where the desert wind speaks in sighs and murmurs, the tale of a phantom stagecoach drifts through time. It is a story not anchored in the usual ghostly appearances, but rather one that dances along the edges of the seen and the unseen, pulling at the very seams of reality. This spectral coach, an ethereal presence on the barren roads, has long captured the fascination of those who wander its territory. As a harbinger of misfortune, or perhaps a messenger between worlds, it invites us to ponder the thin veil that separates here from beyond. Set against the backdrop of Nevada's stagecoach era, when these mighty carriages were the lifeblood of the frontier, the stagecoach was more than a mode of transport. It was a symbol of connection, perseverance, and the indomitable will to push boundaries. Yet, amid the promises of progress, the story of a ghostly stagecoach, tethered to tales of tragedy and warning, arose. Was this apparition the echo of restless spirits unable to find peace? Or was it born from the fears of men facing the unpredictable wilds? These questions drift through the corridors of history, inviting us to peer deeper into the shadows left by time. Stories abound of encounters with this spectral coach, told in hushed whispers around flickering campfires. Travelers spoke of a stagecoach emerging from the shimmering mirages, gliding over uneven terrain with a supernatural grace, drawn by ghostly horses whose eyes glowed like dying embers. The coach appeared like a vision, silent yet insistent in its presence, as witnesses stood transfixed by a mixture of awe and inevitable dread. Such tales often ended in disaster, as the stagecoach foreshadowed calamities that only became clear too late. Skeptics dismiss these stories as tricks of a fearful mind, yet they cannot extinguish their persistent allure. Each account carries a seed of truth, a whisper that beckons us to question what might lie beyond our comprehension. Science steps forward, offering explanations rooted in optical illusions or environmental factors that tweak human perception. Perhaps the desolate landscape plays with the senses, leading weary travelers to see what isn't there. However, the frequency and consistency of these stories suggest something deeper, a collective manifestation of anxiety and fear mirrored back by the universe itself. Beyond the scientific, a realm of metaphysical interpretations speaks to the essence of the stagecoach as an interdimensional envoy. In this view, the coach becomes a conduit between temporal divides, a messenger seeking to warn humanity of fates unseen. Such beliefs are deeply rooted in spiritual traditions that see omens as mediators between human consciousness and cosmic design. In these interpretations, the stagecoach is more than a mere ghostly presence. It is a powerful symbol of the intertwining of time, action, and consequence. Symbolically, the stagecoach represents transition and journey, both outwardly across the stark desert and inwardly through the landscapes of the human soul. It is a vessel of stories untold, of paths chosen and roads forsaken, threading through the timeless quest for meaning. As it moves through space and time, it invites reflection on mortality, fate, and the unseen forces that guide our steps. The ghostly coach, then, is not solely a relic of the past, but remains vibrant in its ability to provoke introspection and understanding of life's intricate web. Personal accounts, gathered from journals and oral histories, add depth and dimension to this mystery. Each narrative, shared in voices tinged with wonder and trepidation, forms a patchwork of human experience, enmeshed with the supernatural. Some encounters left an indelible mark, altering lives through newfound reverence or somber acceptance. These stories are lanterns passed through generations, illuminating the persistence of questions that linger beneath the surface of everyday reality. Today, the legend of the phantom stagecoach endures in the cultural consciousness of the West, weaving through the ever-evolving tapestries of folklore and identity. In modern retellings, the spectral coach serves as both a reminder of history and a mirror reflecting contemporary fears and aspirations. The digital age offers new spaces for these ancient legends to unfold, inviting fresh interpretations that challenge the boundaries between what is real and what lies beyond the margins of our sight. As the story of the phantom stagecoach deepens, it calls us to embrace the mystery, to allow the unknown to coexist with reason. Its continued presence in our collective imagination suggests that some tales defy the erosion of time, resonating with the eternal curiosity of the human spirit. Through its shadowy passage, we are drawn into a dance of discovery, each step tread upon the delicate fabric that connects us all. In unraveling this legend, we find not only the echoes of the past, but also reflections of our own hidden depths. Nestled amid the towering peaks and whispering pines of the Sierra Nevada, a quietly held secret lingers like mist on a cool morning. The tales, soft as the rustle of leaves, speak of a mysterious tribe, hidden and perhaps forgotten by time. These are not new legends, but stories told and retold by early miners and explorers, threading their way through the fabric of the mountains. As these adventurers ventured into the unyielding wilderness, they returned with tales of watchful eyes peering from shadowy nooks, of fleeting figures slipping silently into the mist. Voices, echoes of an ancient tongue, would ride on the wind, merging with the cries of the wilderness. Whispers suggest these elusive inhabitants may trace back to settlers, perhaps those fleeing the grasp of European colonizers, or even remnants of an older civilization lost to history. The roots of such tales twist into the very soil of these lands, binding tightly with each retelling, tethering the mundane to the arcane. Miners would gather around flickering flames, recounting encounters with totems etched in symbols that defied earthly understanding, as campfires cast shadows that seemed to dance with a life of their own. Skeptics might dismiss these as the fevered imaginings of isolated minds, yet the tales persist, feeding an ever-deepening intrigue. Among these untold treasures, the totems stand as silent witnesses to a culture shrouded tightly in secrecy. Scattered across remote crags of stone and nestled in hidden groves, these carved figures challenge those who would seek to unravel their story. Each totem speaks in a language of shape and symbol, offering potential glimpses into the tribe's rituals and beliefs, marking perhaps sacred sites or guiding spiritual journeys. To some, they symbolize guardians of ancient secrets, watching over the land and those who dare to wander its paths. Each carved detail whispers of a past steeped in mystery, inviting observers to peer beyond the veil of the visible world. The Sierra Nevada's bounty drew miners by the score, yet these pragmatic souls often spoke of another presence in their midst, one deeply felt but seldom seen. As they toiled under the star-blanketed skies, miners would recount the unsettling sensation of being observed by invisible eyes from the depths of the surrounding darkness. Whether a trick of light, the howl of the wind, or something more, such encounters grew into a collective memory, embedding within it the notion of another world parallel to their own. At the heart of these mountains lie sacred caves, ancient hollows revered as spiritual sanctuaries. It is whispered these caverns, shaped over time by nature's slow hand, house more than just shadows and silence. Some speculate these caves were places of ritual and communion, caverns where songs of devotion mingled with the earth's soft sighs. Those who dared to enter often spoke of a profound awakening, a sense of stepping into a space where reality and spirit intertwined in an ancient dance. The stories of this tribe also live on in the oral histories of indigenous peoples who call the Sierra their home. Passed down through generations, these tales speak of interaction and deep respect, suggesting the tribe served as wise intermediaries, preserving peace and harmony. They moved with a silent grace, leaving behind whispers of their wisdom and presence. Even now, these stories endure, treasured by those who tell them as a testament to the enduring mystery of human connection. In our quest to understand, modern explorers venture into the depths of the Sierra Nevada, seeking evidence that might affirm or lay to rest these age-old stories. Armed with technology, they navigate this rugged terrain, hoping to uncover tangible proof of a long-forgotten existence. The search is arduous, yet these adventurers persist, threading the line between scientific inquiry and belief in the everything-must-have-been-real realms of legend. The tale of the lost tribe divides opinion, drawing clear lines between skeptics and believers. For some, the absence of verifiable evidence relegates these stories to the realm of fanciful tales, woven from imaginations eager for mystery. Skeptics assert the legend is merely a mirage born of wishful thinking, a narrative shaped by misinterpretations of natural phenomena. Yet for believers, these stories resonate with a deeper truth, pointing to possibilities that transcend the physical and known. They embrace the mystery, advocating a reality woven with potentialities beyond what we perceive, where intuition and spirit guide understanding. Today, the lost tribe echoes through art and story, breathing life into modern imagination. These narratives speak of a yearning for deeper roots, a pull towards the enchantment of a world filled with secrets. Within the realm of stories and songs, the Sierra Nevada becomes more than geography. It stands as a living entity, rich with history and potential. The tale of the lost tribe, retold in brushes and words, binds past to present, igniting curiosity in those who dare to listen. As we stand on the threshold of understanding, drawn into the mysteries of the Sierra Nevada, the lost tribe beckons us to reflect deeply on our connection to the unknown. Here, within the mountain's embrace, the mysteries of past and present entwine, urging us to explore with reverence, to journey beyond the bounds of sight and understanding. In this timeless space, we may glimpse the vast tapestry of existence, one woven with threads of wonder, inviting us to explore the whispers that drift quietly upon the mountain winds. In the heart of the untamed New Mexican landscape, where the sky stretches vast and the winds weave secrets through rugged peaks, lies Victorio Peak, a mountain shrouded in whispers of hidden riches and ancient lore. In the late 1940s, this secluded place was brought into the spotlight by a man named Milton Ernest Doc Noss, who spoke of a treasure said to slumber deep within its mysterious caves. Doc, with his wife Ova by his side, claimed to have stumbled upon an immense wealth of gold bars, Spanish relics, and tokens from lost civilizations. His tale, full of improbable wonders and tantalizing possibilities, wrapped the mountain in a cloak of enigma. Doc's discovery, described with fervent whispers, drew images of long-lost explorers and secrets buried by time. Despite the convincing allure of his narrative, the evidence remained as elusive as the treasure itself. Was it a clever tale spun from local folklore? Or had Doc indeed unearthed a fortune that defied the passage of centuries? Doc and Ova embarked on a relentless quest, driven by faith in the hidden cache. Their journey was a reflection of both relentless ambition and the shadows of avarice, as they faced not just the mountain's treacherous terrain, but also the complex web of human desire. The couple's endeavors turned from hopeful exploration to a series of legal tangles and plans fraught with uncertainty. Tragedy struck in 1949 when Doc's life was mysteriously cut short during an expedition to retrieve the treasure, a poignant end that left questions hanging in the still desert air. Yet, Ova's resolve didn't crumble. She pressed on, navigating the treacherous labyrinth of rumor and betrayal, embodying the indomitable spirit of those who once dared to seek fortune in the wild frontier. Victoria Peak's history echoes with the voices of the past, a symphony of indigenous tribes, daring Spanish conquistadors, and military campaigns, all leaving traces of their passage in the rocks. The tantalizing possibility of gold hidden within labyrinthine caves continues to stoke the flames of imagination, drawing adventurers to its formidable heights. Ancient petroglyphs, etched into stone by hands long gone, speak of a deep-rooted connection to those who came before, hinting at stories lost to time. The narrative took another twist when, in the 1950s, the military encroached upon this enigmatic landscape. With Victoria Peak enveloped within the boundaries of White Sands Missile Range, the stories of hidden treasures captured the attention of military officials. Was it mere curiosity, or did whispers of national security intertwine with the allure of gold? The military's involvement only added another layer of enigma, sealing the mountain's secrets away from civilian eyes. Yet the saga of Victoria Peak did not end there. Over generations, new seekers have embarked on their own quests, drawn by the magnetic pull of untold riches. Armed with modern technology and old-world tales, today's adventurers walk the fine line between myth and reality. Their stories, woven into the fabric of this legend, speak of human endeavor, both triumphant and tragic, reflecting a timeless yearning to uncover the mysteries of the past. The tale of Victoria Peak has seamlessly woven itself into the tapestry of cultural consciousness, inspiring myriad books, films, and documentaries. It has become a metaphor for the exploration of the unknown, a symbol of mankind's unending quest for truth amidst the shadows of history. In literature and art, the allure of hidden treasure embodies the confrontation of unseen worlds with our deepest desires for knowledge and adventure. Through scientific inquiry and critical analysis, experts from various fields strive to uncover facts buried in myth. Geologists examine the land, searching for clues to the existence of gold, while historians delve into archives for whispers of the past. Their work illuminates legends, anchoring flights of fancy and tangible evidence, yet leaving room for wonder, the essence of the human spirit's eternal quest for the extraordinary. Amid these swirling tales, the question of rightful ownership persists, tangled in legal and ethical debates complicated by the peak's military quarantine. The question remains, who holds the true claim to this mysterious wealth? Doc's descendants, native tribes, or the government all lay claim to the mountain's secrets, fueling legal battles that echo unresolved in the halls of justice. Victoria Peak remains a captivating dance between legend and reality, a reflection of humanity's enduring curiosity. Amid the shadowy recesses of its story, seekers are drawn to ponder the spaces where myth meets history. It's a delicate balance, seeing legend as cultural inheritance, entwining adventure and truth in our hearts and collective memory. This timeless tale of hidden wealth urges us to look within, seeking the interplay of hope and history. It is more than mere gold. It is a journey reflecting our innermost yearnings and the timeless pursuit of discovery. As this narrative finally draws to a close, consider the tales that define our past. If this story has stirred the dormant embers of curiosity within you, we invite you to join us on more explorations by liking and subscribing to our channel, where more mysteries of the past await.